Hey, good morning. It is your girl, Just Lovely, and I am coming in this morning. It may be a little messy, and I know for a fact I will be doing a whole lot of truth telling in this live. So just buckle up for the ride, baby, because I have some shit that I want to say. Welcome back to the boudoir, baby. This is where we do random shit and have a whole lot of fun. Let's connect over on the Tickety Talk. I am Just Lovely. Like, comment, and subscribe. Now, this morning I've seen so many videos, right? And I think I've discovered what the issue is. I think that when people are manic, it's nothing that they could say or do that is incorrect. I just watched the Uppity video, and Uppity over there saying that the last competition didn't bust 1,000. The only reason why Pizarro competition got 1,000 views is because she was there. And in the most cases, I would just laugh it off. But it's some serious things that need to be addressed when it comes to you, Uppity. Like, it's good to have a high self esteem, and it's good to feel great about yourself. But sometimes, sis, you just gotta sit back and look around you and your surroundings, look at yourself in the mirror, and have a great gander at what's going on in the real world. Because when you come onto the internet, you come on with this persona. Ma'am, Pizza been getting 1,000, 1.2, 1.1 thousand views in a video for quite some time before you even reared your head into the sector. So for you to even say that you were the reason why, it's still a bunch of bullshit and delusion. It's just so crazy to me. At first I was like, she doing troll shit. She a troll. But honestly, I believe that you think everything that you say is the gospel truth. And then for you to say that you were being attacked by the gays and then the black women were attacking you too, I don't think it had anything to do with the gays and the black women uniting against you. It has a whole lot to do with the persona that you kick out. When you first came up on the panel, you were antagonizing Rick. You say you didn't know that Rick was gonna even be in the competition. But if I'm not mistaken, anytime I've watched Pizza talk about this competition and she throw the names out of the people who's going to be there, and she get excited when she say, "Oh yeah, 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 I forgot about Rick." So how could you not know that Rick was not going, he was going to be in the competition? How could you not know that? You had set it up in your head how you were gonna, your strategy. But one thing about it, whenever they've been talking about these competitions, we've always put that beef sector mentality to the side and said that this is a positive. I remember when Pizza was talking about how the Mo3 sector was talking about how the first competition didn't get as many views as those 1Ks and how they got 1K. And we was like, shit, that was good for a positive competition. But you changed the whole trajectory of the competition when you was up there with the fuck shit. Now, trust me, I'm like anybody else in the beef sector. I love to see a bitch rumble. But sometimes, I mean, even when she was doing like the pre competition video uppity, the name don't fit. I'm sorry. But when she was doing the pre video and you were up on the panel, I knew right then and there how that whole competition was gonna go because you just can't shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You talk, 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 talk. And it's good to be on the panel and try and be engaging, but when you're just up there just to be running your fucking mouth and talking shit, that ain't good. So then I go and I see somebody posted your video. So I said, well, let me go look. Because they were like, she crying at this minute mark. I think the 14-minute mark, somewhere right in there. And I'm listening to you. And I'm like, I know she can't believe what she's saying. It's true. You were attacking people and they were attacking you back. And oh girl, you have this air about yourself. And a lot of times I just feel like it don't fit what you're trying to describe about yourself. And like I said in the past, it's good to have high self-esteem, but be realistic with it. You know what I'm saying? If you were realistic with it, then maybe you could catch a few onlookers and they might believe in you. But it seems as if you're turning people against you. And that's a sad feeling. And I can understand why you were crying because you saw it in yourself that you fucked up. Sorry, sis. Sorry. So then I want to move on to a different video. So I know that when we were over on the competition and we was looking at Yusef and Rick Reed go back and forth amongst one another. Some of the shit that Yusef was saying, I was like, what? And when Rick Reed explained why, or why he went off the way he did, I definitely understood. Like, motherfucker, leave it on the goddamn food. Okay, if you want to say my shit dry. And honestly, y'all, don't get it twisted. I know goddamn Rick Reed. Even if he kept it on the food, he was gonna goddamn snap about it. But I can honestly understand where Rick was coming from when he was like, what the fuck do his heritage have to do with a goddamn thing? And then I actually went and listened at Yusef on his live, and I was like, wow, the shit he is saying. That's some fuck shit if I ever heard it. And it's like, wow. Have you ever dated? I don't know what the fuck to call that because some of the shit that you start saying to me, I could definitely see why Rick Reed was so in an uproar. You talking about his daddy fucking white women. I'm gonna tell you. The first thing I thought about when he was saying the things that he was saying about Rick's parents and how Rick became here, I thought about how people who are in maybe homosexual relationships may feel when motherfuckers trying to tell them why they shouldn't love who they love. People can't help who they love, sweetheart. And for you to be a gay male in this society, you should really understand why people love who they love and whatever created outside of that love. It's just a creation. I think anything that we put our hands on in today's society, We should be proud of whatever we make of it. And the shit you was saying, I was like, what a goddamn. And I ain't even gonna get into the personal reasons why I have these feelings. But I could tell y'all this when I was reading that chat and looking at some of the things somebody was saying down in there, I knew they were coming. I knew it. I just knew it. And that, in the beginning, when I first realized that that person was in the sector, I honestly, I used to like this person. When I first saw them over in Dovey's live chat. And I think at the time she was a moderator. I'm talking about that motherfucking Nina, yep. And basically, I liked her. But when she started giving her opinions and views on certain things that she would definitely say to offend, it's one thing to call a bitch a bald headed bitch and to get up on the people's skin. But like I said, feelings. I don't told y'all about feelings in my other video before. Sometimes certain things that people say that just touch you in the wrong way. And I think that Nina did that. And from that point on, she was ignored. I had to teach myself how to ignore Nina because I can't change no motherfucker. And to me, her and Yusuf, they're the same person. The one thing that aggravated the hell out of me was the slave rape comments and stuff like that. That right there in itself is disrespect to the culture. Shit, you could have been slave raped and the baby came out dark as hell because it took on the melanin. One thing I could say is whenever they be talking about the colorism topic, and I went and researched colorism because I was thinking all along like black is black. When we're out here in society and the white man see us, they don't see us as mixed race. They don't see us as, light skin or dark skin. They just see us as black. So black is black. Y'all, let me give Sophie a treat because she about to start acting a fool. I don't know, Sophie, she don't know how to act. And she be getting upset when I talk to y'all. There you go, Sophie. Have fun, okay? Have fun. But that's how I always looked at my culture. I always looked at black people as black people. I never looked at black people as, oh, you light skin, dark skin, whatever. Like I said, when I was young, I'm a brown skinned girl, and my brother is midnight. He midnight. He got the most smoothest, beautiful skin ever. But for whatever reason, when we were young and we would get to joning one another, he'll call me a fat bitch and I call him a black motherfucker. Shut up, black. Shut up, motherfucker. Get your motherfucking ass on, bitch. But yeah, I call him a black motherfucker. He'll call me a fat bitch. And we will be just joning one another. And we will be having, I ain't never look at it as if I was insulting him because, or assaulting him because we are going in on one another. But when I went and researched colorism, I did find out that, a light skinned person can't say they being color, attacked by their color. Which I feel like is the stupidest shit in the world. Cause at the same time, we are fucking black. What the fuck are you talking about, motherfucking Jason, bitch? What the fuck are you talking about? And good morning, TC. Cause you the last motherfucker who need to be over here in this chat and I'm having the conversation that I'm having. He wasn't lying to you. Who wasn't lying to me? Boy, I would drop my link, but I ain't got time for you to put out that day. I believe you motherfucker who was over there goddamn shaking your meat over on uppity platform. You weirdo. You another motherfucker that goddamn get under my skin. Even the motherfucking profile pictures you put up. Like some fucking now fuck, and that's my point. Fuck colorism. What about these racist ass bitches? Why we can't, as a unity, get along with one another? And fuck it, we over here joining each other, right? So what the fuck we gonna say about these racist ass bitches? And I'll be the last motherfucker to talk about some shit. You don't see him? He got you blocked. Mm, I see him in my chat. Poe Derek. That's what I'm talking about. Jason bitch ass. I came on this morning to discuss the happenings of last night. And when I was talking about Yusef and I was talking about uppity when she was over there crying and you was the reason why you had got in the position that you were in. And clean that motherfucking house up. I guess he'll be doxing me next, bitch. Poe Derek, Jason. I don't know, y'all. He just throw me all the way off. Cause it's some other stuff that I would like to say, but I didn't even know that he frequent my. I didn't know he come to my channel. Actually, are you the wrench, Derek? Were you the wrench? I remember when the wrench used to come to my channel and he'll put up videos saying I couldn't read. Shit, you read the way people write. And sometimes if I study the way people put things in these comment sections and in articles, the way that they have it wrote out, hell, I might sound like a fucking idiot, but I'm not. It's a difference. He threw me off. And I was really deep in my feelings because I was about to say some shit that he would really love. But I'm glad you dropped down at the appropriate time, Poe Derek. Shit like that, Poe Derek. Hell, it's a and then those goddamn profile pictures. It's just so fucking. It's like lawn jockeys. I bet you probably got some lawn jockeys up in your attic, right, bitch? You probably collect those mammy cookie jars and shit like that. That says a lot about you. It does. When people be like, "Oh, go see what Jason said about this." Never, ever would I. No. I was talking about the challenge and I did a video last night, breaking down what I thought about the people that actually joined the challenge. TC, if you want to come up and talk about it with me, you can. It's 6 people watching. Please thumbs up the video. And that could kind of get me back on track on what I was talking about. And I would love to know other people's opinions besides Poe Derek. And I'm telling you right now, when I drop this link, Poe Derek, and you get in the back chat, you can fuss it out back there because you're not coming up on my panel. No. It's the delusion of it all for me. I don't understand why people feel like they have the I just don't get uppity. That's my whole thing. You sat over there and you cried on your platform about your actions and the way that you acted on that goddamn competition. I felt like whenever somebody was up on the screen and they was presenting whatever they had cooked, then you should have been shutting the fuck up. And honestly, uppity, some of the people that you don't like, I can't stand either. But if I was in that competition, I would have stayed in order in my Dover voice. I would have. I would have stayed in fucking order. I think that I was gonna lie and say I thought that you could have won if you would have had a different attitude while you was in the competition. You trying to blame you losing the competition, and you're saying that it's a fake competition, but you're trying to blame you losing the competition on gays and black women hating on you when it was all basically your presentation. It was. And then when you presented it, you had a pack of Newport sitting on the back of it. Girl, do I got to teach you how to be a presentation, put up stuff? I said a presentation, but a presenter. Do I have to teach you how to be a presenter? Whenever I'm selling products like my body oils or the crafts and things, I make sure that the area that I sit my product on is very pristine, and I might throw a flower down, but a pack of Newports, you need to go to social media 101 and take a crash course and how to present yourself on social media. It's weird. It's just weird. You crying because you saying the gays made that the gays. Hell, I've always knew some men are great chefs. When they present chefs, most of the time it's a fucking man. It's not a woman. And a lot of single mothers, when they're cooking, good morning, watermelon sugar. When a lot of single mothers are cooking, they're cooking because they have to feed their children. And up there, I get it. You have to feed your child. But they have to feed their children. And sometimes, as a woman, we might just throw something together. Now, don't get it twisted. When it's a special occasion and we got down trying to put our best foot forward, we make it do what it do, and we got down, get out there, and we handle that shit, right? So tonight was a special occasion, uppity. And all along, I'm thinking that's a cast iron skillet. And they were saying, no, it's supposed to be a non-stick. Like I said last night, I use silicone based utensils whenever I'm dealing with my non-stick pans and pots because I don't want to scrape them up. Because any sign of Oh, child. Any sign of that's being worn, it goes in the trash automatically. I'm not going to use that because I don't know. And actually, I actually stopped purchasing those type of pans and pots because I don't think that the coating that they use on it is safe for my consumption. So up to you need. I can't tell you what you need. Cause clearly, as a kept woman, you would have had some better pots and pans, child. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know. Mhm. Mm-mm. Yeah, and I'm gonna end it because I had a whole lot to say. It's especially when it came to the mixed heritage situation. Um, and I'm glad Poe Derek came and dropped down in the chat, and he gave me a reason to pull back, because then I would have been doxing myself, and I actually didn't know that he be around in the chat. Um, I'm in my feelings. Oh, shout out to the people who have been actually giving me some things from Um, my hospital packing list. I have actually received 4 items from my wish list. TC and Miss Ray Ellen, I got it right. When they told me what to do, I went and recreated. Somebody went over there and they were able to actually order off the list. And it does not show my address. It actually shows my name and the state that I live in. It could have showed the city. I gotta get it. Hold on. Is that you?
Yes.
You?
TC. It's TC. HBCU Queen.
You said that on somebody else panel.
Who?
Okay.
What?
I told you, girl, I got to check. You could have been Paul Derek.
You know what? Okay. Mm.
So did you watch the competition?
I did. I did. I didn't see everything, but I saw a lot.
I know it's her watermelon sugar. You know I got to mess with them. So what? So who was your winner? Who did you think did the
Uh,
best?
and good morning to Watermelon Sugar in your chat. Um, Sister, I had Brooke, King, and Rico.
Honestly, I had Rico as my winner. I had King number 2, and I had Chat Rip number 3. And the only
Okay.
reason why I gave Chat Rip my third place on my podium is because in the past I've seen her try and cook, and I've seen how she had that damn house looking, and I was honestly like, hell no, I ain't going. But it seemed like she been preparing all week, and she made sure she cleaned up her house. I think Chat Rap got some easy off, and she cleaned that damn oven,
Oh,
and
okay.
she presented very well. What she threw me at was those onions, those green onions. If she
Okay.
would have mixed them up real good, I probably would have thought it was parsley.
But they were onions and
They- and
macaroni and
they were
cheese.
chunked. They were chunked up.
Oh, okay.
It was like she didn't really chop them up real good. So chat rap, we're gonna rep. Is it chat rap or rep? But
Right.
anyways, girl, we're gonna help you with your knife skills next, okay? It seems like whoever been working with you, they've been getting you together in the kitchen. So kudos to them.
Yeah. Kudos.
So do you have an opinion about the whole?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's get
I
it.
do. I want to say that I thought number one, it was absolutely fabulous. I'm so proud of the beef sector for putting on an event, doing something that like everybody likes to do because everybody likes to eat. Maybe not in the macaroni and cheese, but it was excellent. I thought it was great. I want to say I want to give kudos to Pizarro.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that she is really wanting to I feel like she's really coming into something, and I thought that her moderating this the whole um she didn't do the whole thing. I mean, she had the judges and everything, but she was just an excellent moderator.
Uh-oh,
And
Watermelon Sugar said she put onions in her mac and cheese. She don't know what the fuck we talking about.
well, yeah, you're supposed to put eggs in macaroni. Who don't put eggs in macaroni and
No, she
cheese?
said onion.
Oh, onions. Yeah, I've never heard of onions in mac and cheese before. But that's that. They're
I
cultural.
never heard of marshmallows either. So maybe
Yeah,
it
me
does give it a
either.
different profile, right? And
Yeah, right.
honestly, I think I could probably do the onion over the
The
marshmallows any
marshmallows.
day.
Yeah,
I just felt like
because I
they
do
should have been
onions.
cut really small.
Yeah, they should have if they weren't cut minced or that kind of thing a little bit, then maybe they should have. But I like onions in everything,
I
basically.
do too, girl. I'm an onion lover.
Ooh. And onions are good for, I think onions are good for your digestive system if people didn't know that. But anyway, I know you might have to cut them a little bit, but like you said, just dice them. But let me get back to Pizarro. I enjoyed listening to her. I see where if she does this, I think that she's going to be able to get it. And I think she might be on to something. So I want to just say kudos to her for doing this, trying something different, doing something little, just a little fun, little different, and handling the business, handling all of the people, because when you have four and five and six, seven different people, and everybody has their thing and their I guess you could say their attitudes, their personalities. Hey, you got to deal with each and every one of them. And I thought she did an excellent job.
And I agree. And I would love to see the next competition, which is lasagna. I can't wait for that. Honestly, when we've been talking about this,
Sweet potato pie.
yeah, when we've been talking about this, she said, "Have a beautiful day. I'm getting back to preparing my Sunday dinner, chicken stew for you." Oh, that sounds good, Miss Ray Ellen. I want you to have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Sunday. And thank you so much for coming by.
Hey, Miss Ray Allen. Good afternoon. I mean, good
Yes,
morning.
watermelon sugar, because I know kids are very picky and they have to be minced.
Right, right, and not raw, cooked. Right,
They have to be cooked. That's right.
daggone right.
But yes, I agree. I think that Pisa did a wonderful job
Yes.
presenting. She was a great MC because she was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
MC. She wasn't the judge, she was the MC. And I think that we should continue on with these competitions because it does give the sector something to look forward to. I
It
had been
does.
looking forward to that daggone macaroni and cheese challenge all week long.
Oh, really? Okay.
I had been. And
Okay.
especially with the contestants that she named that was supposed to be in it, I really wanted to see how they actually, fared with one another.
Mm-hmm.
One. And I wanted to see what they were going to present.
Right.
We'll need
I
your
want to say
report.
I thought that listen, I was excited to see the men cooking. Yes, as a matter of fact, we should just have the men cook. Let them cook.
Cook out for me. But men are chefs. In the past, whenever you
Yes.
saw, whenever you saw, they say, "Well, let me get my chef in." It's a man.
Right.
So
Exactly. And in the military, the Navy chefs, some of the best chefs, cooks in the world. And there's men. I mean, my father cooked. My father, he cooked. My mother is a baker. So that was
yeah,
a
that's
trade
me.
off. Oh, okay. So
So I
that was.
said when they do that pound cake one, I'm going to definitely be in that one.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, no doubt. You see, because you got it, the sweets for the sweet. You see, so women are sweet, so we should be ones that do that, all of that, and things of that nature. I understand. Cobbler. I want to see a peach cobbler, Joan. I want somebody to get up there because see, well, I gotta save that sweet potato pie thing for later. Some people who know me uh, know that I want to challenge sweet potato pie anyway, but yeah, so I mean there's some other. I would love to see somebody do some collard greens.
Hmm. And some people might do Shay Wilson style.
See there now so now with the mess, I'm gonna be honest with you. um I was a little like I heard the going on back and forth between Yusuf and Rick. That was interesting. I
Yeah,
don't know. Ooh, I don't know how it started, honestly speaking. So I'm not even gonna speak on it, even though I saw one side. I have to go and check the rest. But I did want to say, as far as the presentation, uppity chat rep, when you're on a panel with other people, you have to know when to like cut off. And I know you're excited, and it is exciting, but you got to let other people talk. You just have to let other folks do their thing. So I was a little annoyed at times when people would just, well, I think it was not Chet Rebel, uppity, because Pizarro had to say uppity uppity all the time. So it's like, come on, yo, you grown. We're not in the third grade. Stop it already. Stop.
hey Naomi, you're right. Chat Rat was pretty laid back last night too, and that's where she got points for me too.
Okay,
Usually
she's off the chain.
she'll cut you off. You'll be like, wait, won't she just hush? But no, Chat Rat was on her game last night. I have
Yeah,
to give it to her.
yeah, she was. But yeah, but other than that, no, I was, I thought everybody did,
I think everybody did exceptionally well. I also understood where James was coming from when he was talking about MU.
oh, what did he? Oh, what? Oh, okay. I mean, the,
No, basically what he asked her was, you know, do you eat these type of things on a regular basis? And she was like,
no,
no.
no.
But she did. She had a great salad. That salad looked good. Although I'm allergic to tomatoes, but her salad looked really good. And it explained the way, why she's the way she is. Because leading up into the macaroni challenge, they had been cooking on screen, and a lot of people has been trying to show her how to cook certain dishes, and it just don't match her profile. She's a nut, fruit, and berry type of chick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
is.
Oh, girl, and Rico was chill. Rico said, "Okay, I'm gonna be back. Let me go get my cigarettes from the stove." He ain't had no drinkity drink. But at the end of the competition, he came up there to say his, thank yous, and I appreciate it. I won this jackpot. He tried to even be chill, and she was talking over him, and you could see he was annoyed by that. And then when she went to going in on him and saying the little things that she was saying about him,
You all right?
hold on.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I am happy for Rico. So congratulations, Rico, for doing a yeoman's job. You look good. You are doing well. You are real cool, calm, and collected, man. I am proud of you. I am very proud of you, and I'm proud of your growth. So continue on, Rico. With the things that you're doing, and I see that, man. Cooking seems to be something that is not only that you do well, but it's therapeutic. Because you know how some things are therapeutic for you, and I think that's something that was therapeutic for him.
And do you know that when I realized that he actually had his mom on his tablet, it seems as though she was trying to help him out a little bit, or he wanted to show her what he was doing. I thought that was great too.
Yes, excellent.
I thought that was great. But he heard the things that Uppity was saying about him, and he had to come back up and address that.
Oh, phew.
I got this hot sauce that hit the back of my throat.
Girl. Oh,
I made pork chop and I didn't make macaroni and cheese. That's one of my favorite things. That's like one of my favorite side dishes. But my macaroni and cheese could be expensive.
oh, you put lobster in it? Because I'm saying, tell me,
Let me
let me
tell
know.
you, somebody introduced me to seafood macaroni and cheese, and they had crab, lobster, and shrimp in that macaroni and cheese. And I make it like that. And I like goudas and mozzarellas. I love some good cheese profiles. I do.
See, I've had lobster macaroni and cheese. We have a soul food place here that is woo. It is amazing, but cholesterol for days. I'll put it that way. So, anybody who can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, when you all eat macaroni and cheese, and if you put the seafood and you do lobster and shrimp and crab in it, just know to please for 7 days afterwards, make sure you just drink
Flush.
lemon water, lemon water for 7 days. Okay, so
You
you
know,
can get.
that's a rare occasion. You're not gonna have that every Sunday on your plate, but
I'm just
and I
saying,
probably haven't cooked it in a year, so
but see
I
that's the
know I ain't
thing.
cooked it since 20.
But see, that's the thing. When you don't have it, your body will be like, "Oh, what's this?" And you can overload your body because you're not used to it. So I just say have some tea, have some not tea, but have some what do you call that stuff? Have some lemon water.
Mm-hmm.
Drink that lemon water because that lemon water will declog your your veins and your arteries.
Yes, watermelon sugar. That is the cheese profile. Ooh, a good monster. Ooh.
Gouda Monster. Oh, okay. What's Gouda? What's that?
Smoked Gouda cheese. Oh my goodness. It changed your whole life with macaroni and cheese.
Oh, okay. Hey, Naomi, Miss Tucson. Okay,
But
smoke,
okay, so
smoke Gouda.
then
Oh.
we come to the biracial situation. What is your thoughts on that?
In reference to, well, in reference to what Yusef and what's his name were going through.
Right.
Well, I always think, I've always my take on biracial people are that they're black, and
I've
um,
always said that too.
they're black. They're black people. And but here's the kicker a little bit. Number one, I do sometimes feel like it's not cool to not acknowledge your mother and your father and your entire ancestry. Because we're not all 100, like for real. We're just not. All we're not. So when you have someone that their one parent is one race and and another parent is another race, I think it is important to acknowledge both races and both people and both cultures. However, um, you're still black, especially if you have a black parent and
Yeah.
another race parent, then you're black.
So I know that you've been listening to me talk about my ancestry quest, right?
Yes.
And I told you guys that the one great grandfather that I've gone all the way back to in 18, he was born 1820. And so basically, that's how we have mixed race in our family.
Hmm.
Now, what insults me about it is that I felt like it's just some of the things that they say, like slave rape, or it's just stupid shit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I don't I I do not think that everybody that comes from a mix, two different races, black and another ethnicity, I don't think that is has and is always due to rape. No, I'm sorry, the RAPE word. No, it
Right.
is not. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are a lot of, and I think that that's gonna be a new turn in our history book, as we're turning the history books in terms of people knowing that there were black people that owned slaves. They're finally getting to that,
Oh yes, I
and and
found. I'm telling you, I
and they're
found
coming
a
up
lot.
and they're coming up with the documentation with it, and it's becoming more prevalent to be able to ascertain that information. And it's going to be the same way with the R thing that you're talking about. Not all couples or not all situations were because of rape. Was slavery did slavery have rape, the R word? Yes.
Yes, but
Yes it did.
especially
Yes
with a
it
lot
did.
of you can't help who you love too.
Okay, but there were some people that did care for each other, that did, and I really believe they cared for each other, and then I believe there were many that did love each other, and that might be a whole kerfuffle, opening up a whole vortex of stuff. But
Right.
it is what it is, and the bottom line is that we can take a look at what's going on today. You can't tell people who they love. The circumstances back then made it so that maybe they weren't able to get together, they couldn't love out in public, of course, or else everybody would be lynched and all that kind of stuff. But I do believe in my heart of hearts that people cared about each other, and or that there were people who did really fall in love with each other.
So I had been researching this lady that stayed down in Louisiana, and she was a slave, but then she owned slaves, a lot of land. She was one of the richest black women. She had mixed race children, and her husband, they got along real well. But I said I was gonna do a story on her on my, other stuff that I
Mhm.
talk about over here.
Well,
But
Watermelon Sugar says, I acknowledge all of my family and their very different cultures, but my ass is black. Okay.
my ass is black too. I know that my dad's dad may not be all the way, but my ass is black.
Now, I will say this. I know I have a cousin, and she's of mixed ancestry. Her mother was Caucasian and her father was black. And he was of a lighter hue. So he was passing. And the jobs that he had down in North Carolina, he was passing because they would not give those types of jobs to. They thought he was white.
Mm-hmm.
They thought he was white. Now here's the gag. Um, I used to hang out with her when I was down south, and oftentimes she would say, just say that you're my maid's daughter.
What?
Yeah, yeah. And listen, if we was trying to get into the movie theater in the air conditioned spot, you dad going right. I'm the maid's daughter. Okay. So I did not have a problem with that because I was not going to sit in a, how black folks are. We can heat up a spot, and to be in the summertime in North Carolina,
Yeah.
in in a movie theater, no air condition. I don't think so.
So
So
what you say? You the
I'm the
maid
maid's
daughter?
daughter. Yeah, honey. You know what? I know who I am. I was okay with that because I needed to get the popcorn. I needed to get all the stuff and then go up there in those seats,
And chill out.
so I can relax. Okay. All right. So I didn't have a problem with it. I see my cousin all the time. We laugh about it. Um, she's going through highs and lows in her life. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
and just because she could possibly pass, if you will, that doesn't mean that she didn't have it. That she didn't have her challenges. In her life. She continues to have challenges. So, you know, listen, we all have challenges. I think that some things can be easier if you're of a lighter hue and could possibly pass. But rest assured that I think that sometimes people
Yes.
of a lighter hue are really not telling their whole story either. And they're not telling all of the stuff that they go through.
You have
That's
a
how,
question.
and we don't know about it. Mhm.
You have a question.
Wait, TC, this happened during your lifetime? Yeah, absolutely. When I was like 10, 11. So that was like what, 1980, 81? Yeah.
I was in first grade.
Some people weren't even born. Girl, what? I have some colored only signs in my grandmother's in the old house. I have some black only signs in the old house. Are you kidding? Yes.
Wow.
And
I
I'm
have a aunt.
53.
My grandfather, his sister, she was passing too. And it's so funny. She's still alive too. I think she like 93 or something like that.
Okay.
This year, since my dad died, I before I tried to touch on it, to go back in history and look at my family on all four grandparents' side. And on my dad's side, it's really interesting because I'm looking like, oh, and so this year I've been actually deeper into it since my dad passed away because
Mhm.
I started meeting a lot of family who came to his funeral. And I probably known them when I was a child, but when you get to be an adult, you kind of drift off in your own lane and you don't see your
Yes.
family as much, especially when they live out of state. So
Right.
when they all came to my dad's funeral, and I'm looking at these people, and I'm like, wait a minute, who they are? This your cousin? Oh,
Oh,
so
wow.
within the last week, it got real interesting because we had since the funeral we had started a group messenger, and we be in the group messenger and we be throwing up documents like birth certificates, death certificates, um,
Hmm.
the draft cards. We've been throwing
Obituaries.
we've been throwing all that wills, and we've been throwing up all kind of stuff in the group.
Obituaries, because obituaries
Yes,
is
obituary. I love a good obituary now.
me
I've been
too.
telling them I need all the obituaries because it's gonna tell me who they mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin,
Okay,
what year they were
children,
born.
the real children, the real
Yes,
children.
yes.
Hmm.
Don't talk about me eating no damn. I like cakes and pies in my shit. Y'all gotta outline this lifestyle of mine and put it in now.
Okay.
But this week it became apparent to me that one of my uncles that moved to California, and he loved the ladies, honey. He loved the ladies. And I kept seeing I had like Hernandez reaching out to me on Facebook trying to be my friend. Fernandez reaching out to me trying to be my friend. And I'm like, I don't know them. So I didn't accept them. And then when I put in like the death certificate from 1899, somebody said they reached out to me in Messenger and they were like, "Oh, you my cousin. I've been trying to ask you to be my friend on Facebook, and I can see they whole name." And I'm like,
Hmm.
"You my cousin?" I'm thinking that it's some beef sector shit.
You know what? You know what?
So
Everything ain't beef sector.
I had to go in the chat with the group of people and look at the participants. And I'm going down that little list and I'm like, God damn, look at this. It's a Silva, it's a Fernandez. Do they know they put these people in this group?
You know what?
And then I had went on my ancestry. Like I said, I be working on my grandfather, great grandfather. And then I said I'm gonna go back and add the brothers and the sisters. And so I said, I'm just gonna leave this right here and I'm finna go work on my family tree. And I went
Okay.
back and worked on my family tree, and then I started adding the grandfathers and then the brothers and the sisters. And then I'm like, his wife was born in Mexico. Oh wow. They are my cousins.
Yeah,
They're
you
my
look a
cousins.
little okay. I can see it. Okay.
No, I know I'm not Mexican. I know that my grandfather, his father was white and his mother was black. Or they say she was Native American. But you know, Native Americans are black in my eyes. So
Okay.
basically, and then before that, it
And
was,
Spanish.
yeah, Spanish. And then before that, it was a Spanish and a white. And before that, it was a white and a white. But, when they got up to us, we kept mixing with blacks. And then on my other uncle side, they kept mixing with Mexican. My great uncle side, they kept mixing with Mexican. So when they went to talking about mixed race, they were talking about my family. You know what? And I had someone in the group, they had came and they were like, they're going to go ahead and do the ancestry DNA. For a long time, I was against ancestry DNA, Miss Toussaint, because I felt like I didn't want to have my DNA in some type of system or database where they can actually, use that against me.
They
But
already
when,
have it.
huh?
They already have it.
Yeah, and then that's what we were discussing in the group. We were like, why do y'all listen? Somebody was like, why do you listen to social media? Social media is good for this and that, but they already got your damn DNA. So why don't you just
Yeah. Right. They
just go
already
ahead
know.
on and get it? Cause they felt like one of us, we were working. They were just working on one side of their family. But I've been working, like I said, on all four of my grandparents. And I've been
Okay.
working down. You start with yourself, your mom and your dad and your siblings. And
Okay.
then they got moms and dads. So basically I've been working back that way. And I've been working on all sides of my family. And so I felt like if I do this ancestry DNA, I can get more information and be more in tune with whatever I'm trying to discover. If
Okay.
it's just to discover my family, or if it's to discover that I do own some land somewhere and I can make my compound, then that's exactly what the hell I'm going to do.
There you go. There you go. But see, here's the other gag order. Let me say, because I know we've talked about this. I think I've talked about this with you. And when we were in the process of getting reparations and stuff.
Right.
But the one thing that I always want to tell people is that the judge had the audacity to ask us the question, can you prove that you were all enslaved?
Right.
And I was like, nigga. And I mean, he was white. But
He still won.
he still, but see, when I asked him, because I wanted to know where he was coming from. Like, he was asking for a reason, and I needed to know the reason so I knew what we needed to get. So he said that that there were a lot of free black people. Every black person
There
wasn't
were.
enslaved. And
There
I
were.
was like, can you hear me?
I can hear you. And
He
I'm
said,
saying that he's right.
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, that's where. See, so when at first I was totally offended, of course. Um, because I'm like, slavery, everybody knows it's slavery and blah, 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 you know. I didn't go off like that in court, of course. I know how to conduct myself. However, my mentally, I was like, this mother effer. But when I asked him the question and he told me that, I was like, got you. Okay, he's thinking from a legal mind. Of course, he's thinking for the establishment in which he represents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm clear on that. I got you. But he said, prove it. Because all black people were not enslaved, and that was a very interesting response. And I told my family, and that's when we were like, this was like 20 some years ago, and we were like, what? And I was like, they know. So I'm saying to the DNA, they know who we are.
So let me ask you this: when we've been complaining about our history, the history book, they don't want us to do this. They don't want us to know that. Now, in a sense, I agree. Don't try and keep this away from the children. Let the children know. But I think that along the way, they've erased a lot of our history, and they want us to feel like we're inferior, and we've always been inferior. When in fact, that's not that's not right.
That's not the case. Absolutely. We're definitely not inferior. They also know this. But the bottom line is that we can't see here's the thing. We've been talking about they don't tell us our history. You know, the school system don't do this, the school system don't do that. So then who's supposed to do it?
We've been digging.
I thought I was the one supposed to do it.
That's where I'm stuck at too. I be digging.
So
I've been digging.
why are we mad at them for not telling our history?
I don't
That,
want
that-
them to tell it because it seems like they've been telling it wrong, right?
exactly. So why would you even, it's like you have a child, you know there's a predator over there. Why would you tell your child, I'm gonna let you stay with the predator while I go and this, that, and the other and the third, and you let the predator babysit or look after your child? That doesn't make any sense to me. So Negroes be talking wishy-washy, flip-flopping with their tongue, and they don't understand that we're the ones supposed to be doing our history. We have enough black people with A, B, C, D, E, F, G in front of their name, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P at the end of their name. And guess
Hmm.
what? We have enough black people who have been, who are historians, who have traveled the world, scientists that are all over. I ain't talking about Kanye, Lil Wayne, and all them bop bop bops people. I don't give a daggone about that and their music and their snuffleupagus type of mentality. But what I
Not
am,
Sesame Street.
I do love Sesame Street because
We grew up on that
that
PBS.
was that was founded by a black man. That's Mr. Sinai Latham's father, Mr. Latham from Philadelphia. So I love him and I love Sesame Street. Snuffleupagus was a little much, but that's okay. Everybody has a place. Anyway, bottom line is that black people stop looking for the school system and white folks to try to educate. Stop blaming them for educating or the lack of education, and get your behinds to the PTA meetings. Create your own PTA meetings, create your own systems, create your own narratives so that we can educate our folks properly if that's what we want to do. Now, I mean, you know.
And a lot of people be asking me, they might say, because I'm always talking about my aunts and uncles, and a lot of people always thought that I be, speaking about my maternal side of the family. But my maternal side of the family, my mother did, but her brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, my grandmother, they didn't really teach us or show us or take us to our history. My grandmother, I did go and visit our family cemetery, and when I looked down, that's what made me actually start doing this ancestry. When I was looking down at the grave markers and seeing like 17 I'm sorry, 1809 and all those dates, and I was like, wow. And I took my cell phone out, and I'm taking pictures of these grave markers. And
Mm-hmm.
she was like, this is my great grandmama, and this is my grandmother, and this is my grandfather, and everybody in this cemetery. So that's what had got me on the on track to start. But
Mm-hmm.
then I had this paternal side. So whenever I'm speaking about aunts, uncles, or anything like that, I'm talking about my paternal side of the family, because we
Mm-hmm.
always went to family reunions. We always had family functions, and I've always got to meet the elders in my family. I still got elders in my family, that one is like 98. She has dementia, but the things that she told her children, they sharing it with me today. I have one who's fully within her wits, and she got her sense about herself, and she's 96. So I lean on them to teach me my history. I do.
That's it. And I love those elders. Give me the most demented one in the bunch,
Yeah,
because
and
they
she a
know.
trip girl.
Cause they a trip, and they gonna tell you they gonna go and tell you the honest to goodness truth, okay? Cause what they gonna do it, and their short term, it's the short term memory that's a mess. It's the long
Hmm.
term memory that's amazing. They can go
Yep.
back. So those are the people that we need to keep in our midst, and go visit, and at least ask questions. The one thing about it is, as a child, I've always asked questions. I asked questions in the church,
Oh,
and I
hey,
was like,
Faith.
why are these white people in the Bible, and in Africa all the people are dark as I don't know what? And then you're telling me that these people in this book are white. It doesn't make any sense. Have y'all been to Africa? And then when they tell me they haven't been to Africa, I was like, this a lie. It's a lie.
Now, let me tell you something. Okay, so with the difference between YouTube and TikTok, right? On YouTube, if I want to know something, I got to search it out. I got to put it in the search bar. I got to go look it up and see what's going on. But for
Okay.
whatever reason, when I'm on TikTok, I'm just going down my For You page, and then somebody might say something, and I might stop and I might listen. And I'm not believing what they actually saying, but I'm gonna go and do my research. That's like the guy with the caste system the other night. I got to go and do my research, and he is blocked. But I have to go do my research. And basically what
Hmm.
they was talking about was this guy, he was like, y'all be believing the Bible, and y'all and who gonna believe that everybody came from Eve and Adam? And how, if that's the case, then why everybody not white? And I'm looking like, and then this girl, she steps in because she commenting on his video. So on TikTok you can actually do a comment and a video and upload it to reply or responds to something somebody's saying. And she explained the Eve gene and how this happened and what happened. And they were talking about the Book of Enoch. She went into the Book of Enoch. And so I'm not necessarily here to tell people, yes, the Bible is that's word, that's where you got to go. But some of the things in the Bible, it makes a whole lot of sense. It's just that when we are reading the Bible, it seems to me like you have to you have to do a reinterpretation. That's what I say. Because a lot of it is like riddles to me. When I'm reading it, it sometimes end up being like a riddle. So you have to be able to decipher and take away the parts that you need. And I feel like everybody do that.
So
So
yeah, you're absolutely right.
when,
And
like with the
I
white
will
man,
say,
I feel like they go and take the parts and they pull out the parts that suit them just like I do. I go pull out the parts that suit me. But then you have to go a little bit deeper into the book, and you have to step
Hmm.
away from your own feelings and just pull out the truth.
Yeah, and that's what our grandparents taught us, and that is to have your relationship with the Most High yourself. Number one, to be able to read the Bible for yourself with the Holy Spirit.
Right.
Okay, because you have to discern and you have to filter, because other people have already spun a narrative many centuries ago, and therefore
Mhm.
you have to go through all of that. That not only that, it's about educating yourself on the culture and the religion and the language linguistically of which one speaks. So oftentimes there's is always a disconnect when
Mhm.
people don't know the actual culture of the people that we're talking about. And so,
As well as that their J's don't mean jump.
well, there were no J's until the
There was no
1500s.
J's.
There was no alphabet J until the 1500s, and we
Right.
know, you know what I'm saying. So how is it that Jesus could have been even there was a Jesus when there wasn't even a J? So
It wasn't
we
even a J.
exactly. And that's what I asked these Jehovah Witnesses one time when I brought them in my house, because they,
They don't like knocking
girl,
on this door.
they ran away and they never came back. I think my house was like, they was like, don't go there.
They probably put a they got you on the watch list. Do not cause I had that happen to me too. I had brought them in. I had just made some macaroons, and I was like, "Yeah, come on in." I made some macaroons. We could sit down and I could put these macaroons on this coffee table, and we could have some conversation. Child,
Fine.
them folk were like, we got to go and visit somebody else. I was like, no, no, no. I want to hear some more.
Yep.
Ew,
But the
child.
other piece is to always, and I love it, to visit. If you haven't had an opportunity to visit Egypt, please do.
I want to go to the Grand Canyon.
And yeah, that too. But Egypt, when you visit, here's the thing. What was really interesting is that if you visit Europe first, and then you visit Africa, and then you come back to the States, it'll really all make sense. Now, oftentimes, just lovely when we're talking about our sisters and stuff, a lot of people don't understand the connection that it has to a lot of the ancient Egyptian stuff.
hmm Especially up in my, I am a daughter. So
Ah, yes,
when you get to that stage and you get to studying, you be like, ooh, it makes sense.
right. And if you understand, see the language again, reading the language, the Metu Neta, and you have to learn how to read the Amharic and the Hebrew, and know how to interpret, and know that when we talk about the star, it is not pagan.
It's
And they
not.
don't and so it's a lot that goes on, which most people, that's pagan. They don't The first thing that folks go to is something is whatever, when they don't even know, because they haven't done the research. They just heard
They haven't even stepped in. Never stepped in a lodge,
yeah,
and
well, they never stepped
basically,
outside of their street.
my grandfather, he was like trying to get me in the youth court, and I used to be
Okay.
like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And he used to be like, you are already a prissy. You can go in the youth court. I
Hmm.
ain't want to
Okay.
do it. When I became a teenager, they was like, you want to join the youth court?" Now I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. Early 20s, they were like, you old enough to be a sister. Would you want to be a sister? I don't want to do it. I just feel weird about it. I don't want to do it. So
Okay.
then I didn't know what I was going to do. All I knew I was going to do was going to talk about breast cancers and the effects that it have on black women and how it affect me. And we would, it, they was like they want to invite me to the pink gala, and they wanted to be one of the speakers. And I went in, I seen all these daggone feds and no, no, no. They didn't. They was not dressed in. They didn't have on uniforms. They was in there, and then I figured out what it was about. And basically, in October, that's when we're gonna talk about breast cancer awareness. And then, somebody from the organization reached out to me and said that they really enjoyed my speech and me speaking about it, and they wanted to know if I wanted to come and speak about something else at a gala that they was going to have.
Okay.
And they gave me a free ticket to the gala, and they told me, the wardrobe and what to wear. And so they were saying that we want everybody to be on point because we're going to have photography, and if you can wear one of these colors, and one of these colors as your gown or whatever you're going to wear. So I'm like, okay. So I go and I had a wonderful time. And they were like, we have an initiation next week. And I'm like, oh man, they done tricked me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I had a great time. And then I
Mhm.
just did. I had a great time. I went ahead and, joined. I said I'm gonna go ahead and do the initiation process. But they didn't like me, TC. They didn't like me. They had everybody who was online with me scared. And I'm like, girl, what is you scared for? They wanted me to be scared, and I wasn't scared.
Yeah, why ain't nobody trying to be scared of all of that fear mongering crap is outdated, antiquated, and is not ever gonna be respected. And so people need to stop with that bull crap.
Yep. They wanted me to be scared. I wasn't scared. And then even when I went to do my daughter, we did a trip. We went out of state, and we went for 5 days, and we were being indoctrinated as a daughter. And one of the sisters, she was so mad with me.
Oh Lord.
And then when it came around to, me being able to actually speak and let them know the reason why I felt the way that I felt, a lot of them was like, you are a true leader. You definitely are not going to go with the herd. You're going to go off and do your own thing, and people will follow you.
Right, because you're not a woman that is under the submission of a man.
Right.
Okay, they are. Clearly, there are some women that just believe that their place is to be under submission of a man. God bless America and let freedom reign. Not here. That is not me. However, there are some women that really need to be under the submission of a man because they don't need to be in any leadership next to me or you or anybody else that I know who's a leader because they submit to men.
And I think
I
that
submit to the most high.
I submit to the Most High, but I do believe in partnership too. No matter
That's a
what type of
partnership. That's not
partnership that you
submission. Totally
right,
different.
and that's what I have to explain to people, that you're not gonna have fun with me because I'm not going to submit to your needs. Now we're gonna be partners in our relationship, and we're gonna do things accordingly. I'm not going to be your housewife that you feel like you could push around. And then it could be that you are a loving person and not abusive, but I want to have my own voice.
Right. And I mean, and then it's okay to, do things, for each other and help each other and clean after each other. Somebody, that's fine. It's just that it's
I
not a
do all
one-way
that.
street. It's not a one-way street, and nobody's and that BS is out of, well, it's not for my order. It's not. I don't govern myself in that order.
No,
Other
I
people,
do all that. I work with other
yeah,
people.
other folks that want to do that, and then the other women that want to see. I'm not going to ever indoctrinate another woman to say to be up under somebody except for the Most High. Now, if she decides that she gets married and she has a great man, and they do, and they're gonna work it together, then that's what I'm talking about. Black love, black excellence. That's what I'm talking about. Do your thing. But
Yeah,
you
but
just
I
don't
do. I
submit.
know a
You
lot
just
of
don't
women.
submit to no fly by night Mo Freaka just because they walking around and they talking and they got a Bible in their hand. That don't work.
I
That
remember one
don't.
thing that stuck out to me with my ex, and he told me, somebody had told him that they think that I was cheating on him, right? So he came and he told me, he was like, well, somebody, this person had came to me and they was like, they think that you was cheating. And I was like, okay, so what you tell them? And he was like, I don't have any control over her body because I wasn't born with what she had between her legs. And he was like, but he said, I honestly don't believe them. And I was like, well, and that was where the conversation ended.
Mhm. Man,
But
that's just niggas. They ain't got nothing else to talk about, and we over here getting stuff from the Supreme Court getting overturned, and they worried about who you sleeping with. Once again, that frequency is a negative for me. Those people that's always got something to say, we need to have a lot of stuff overturned and all that other kind of stuff, and we have folks that's worried about. He's worried about what you doing. Wow.
no, I appreciated him because I had never looked at it in that manner. And he
I'm
taught
talking
me,
about the guy. I'm talking about the dude that was telling on you. I'm talking
yeah,
about the
who was
snitch.
telling on me.
Yeah.
But and then I was like, see, that's why we get along so well because see, it's one thing for you to know of a person, but when somebody know
Right.
you, they know how to come at you.
There you go. Exactly. And they know how to come. They know when somebody's full on them. So he obviously he told you because he knew it was full to begin with.
Yeah. So let's talk about Random.
Who's that?
The guy from India that was in the chat the other night.
Oh, okay.
So when we ended the live, I went over and went to Instagram because I had notifications on Instagram. And basically, they were going down my Instagram timeline and liking pictures. And I was like, okay, that's fine because it's an open Instagram. I went live the next day and he told me how he had took a picture of my feet and he edited them so that he can make a video because I was a black goddess. Do you know how that creeped me out?
Hmm.
So I had to block him. And he haven't been in the chat because I've been telling him I'm gonna block you because you made me feel icky and I don't like feeling like that.
Hmm.
He was over. I don't know who it is. Like I said, you never know. It could be a troll, and you
Mm-hmm.
just want to get my attention. But it just, if you wanted to get up under my skin and make me feel away, you succeeded. And he haven't dropped down in the chat because I think yesterday when I started out the live, I was like, I'm gonna get you.
Um. Let's. Okay. We'll visit that. Okay. I'm glad you told me.
Yeah, so just be aware that he's a creep.
Your mod was like abort mission or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These folks is they out of order.
Yeah, I went and scrubbed my whole Instagram. I took certain things that
Wow.
I felt like was, creep worthy,
Right.
and I just deleted it. I just took it off.
And that was the ding dong that was disrespectful to watermelon sugar, right?
Yeah, cause she didn't want to understand. Cause she called him sir.
No, she was just calling him sir out of respect. And then
Right, out of
this
respect.
punky Brewster was okay. This punk was trying to be okay. He was
And I definitely understand different cultures. That's why I said I wanted to go and research the caste system
Yeah, but
Understand?
he didn't have to be that aggressive coming back. He could have just said, you know
Right.
what, I understand and I appreciate. I think that your culture, when you say sir and ma'am or something like that, that I understand that that is a sign of, some kind of reverence and respect. In my culture, we look at it as, it's not that way. You don't have to attack a person to let them know that, that you don't have to call me ma'am or sir. You see what I'm
And
saying?
that's
See,
what was
see, just like
throwing
with
me.
us, this is what we have to do. When they do that, when they say with us, oh, you don't have to attack me, they don't have to attack us either.
Right.
You
And,
understand? Well, we gotta stand firm on that BS because these people want to make us like clamor down to them or like it's like, no, you if you want me to, I'll stop saying sir, no problem. I didn't mean anything by it, but you didn't have to come at me like that. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have to come at her like that.
right.
Negative. And nobody comes at sisters like that. Nobody. I don't care
So
what nigga culture they come from. They bet not ever do that to no black woman in this culture or in your chat, in any black woman's chat. Okay, period.
and that's what I was saying. Like, I definitely don't understand their system. And I was trying to actually understand the way that they were explaining it. But I'm
Mhm.
not gonna insult your culture because I don't understand it. So if you don't understand mine, because at first I'm like devotee. Oh, okay. I know what it means, but I'm wondering why are you even saying that? And then I'm not gonna insult you because you want to be a devotee, but at the same time, don't insult her because she called you sir.
Right, that's right. Because she was just trying to give you respect. Because see, I'd bring out if he want me to, I'll bring out some whips and chains and some muzzles. And if he wants to be a devotee, I will make him and induct him as my primary financial, okay, devotee. So,
That's
okay.
all I was thinking about. I had a Pizarro spirit on me, but then I had to wake up.
Because if that's what he want, if that's what he wants to be a devotee, well, let's get into it for real, okay?
I
But
had to
don't
wake up.
disrespect people. Yeah. But anyway, listen, I'm getting ready to go. Just
I'm
lovely. I
gonna
got
drop down too. But before you leave, I just wanted to let you know that Sean S did reach out to me, and I did comment to you under the last comment you put the email address.
okay.
So
That's
I
what I was. Thank you. Okay, that's what
yes.
I was gonna ask you until when I came in, but then you was fussing with. I was like, damn.
He probably gonna dox me. I don't care. I live a good life, bitch. And I
Hey,
come on here and I tell my everything. That's why I don't understand why people be so afraid of being dogs. I come on here and I tell my everything. Is my life perfect? No. I done came on here and told y'all I don't even been to jail. But that's my past. I don't
that's your
live that no more.
business.
So you can't hurt me. I ain't
These
gonna lie,
people.
when they talked about my double mastectomy, that kind of made me be in my fifis a little bit. But
Oh
then I,
wow.
I snapped out of that too. So
Right.
yeah. But thank you so much for coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live.
All right,
I'm
Star.
packing my suitcase.
Yeah.
I'm having me a
I'm
good
gonna
time
I'm gonna
at
get. I'm actually had a death in my family. My mother's sister passed away, so I'm on my way to handle. We got family coming in from all over, so I'll be connecting with you. Okay.
and I'm so sorry for your loss. I am.
Thank
I
you.
know she probably lived a wonderful long life.
Yeah, she did. That was my rada. You know what I'm saying? That was my rada.
Sometimes that's how you have to look at it. I don't. I've started not looking. I started looking at death as a special occasion where they leaving me to this bull.
We're here, still here. So but her memories, we're gonna get together and her memories and stuff like that. We're just gonna be talking about her and everything. So
And that's the good fun part.
yeah,
I used to think the fun part was the repast, but no, the fun part is when we could sit back and remember the good times that we had with a person. So, like I said, I know she lived a long, wonderful, joyous life. I know she
yes,
probably had a great time in life. And
yes.
Miss Toussaint, you sit still because I'm gonna give you a call, okay? You know
Oh,
we
okay,
getting close to the event, so we need to talk.
Miss Toussaint, thank you so much. Miss Toussaint said that she hadn't experienced that. I understand, but I'm gonna tell you, my cousin told me, listen, this is who you are, and I had no problem with it, and I don't feel any less than anybody in this world ever. Actually, that taught me a lesson about some things too.
It
It was fun.
does.
Oh yeah, it was an excellent lesson. I code switch. Listen, when I need to get what I need to get for the time being, it's only temporary. It was only
Oh,
temporary.
trust me, I do it every day at this job. When I be at work, them people be like, "Oh, yes, I changed it up on them real quick because I don't need you trying to."
Right.
I don't want to have an argument, so I'm gonna actually, cause that's all I deal with. Them.
Mm-hmm.
All them people that I deal with, they either live right around the corner from Mar-a-Lago and all that South Florida stuff, and especially on that west coast of Florida when they live right, have beach houses and stuff like that. They think they are the bomb.com. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I have to get them back in place, and sometimes I just go along with it. Cause these people be in their 80s too. I deal with a whole lot of people who have to remind me of their age. So I already know they're I can't put it on everybody, but I
Mm-hmm.
know the way that some of them think.
Right. So yeah, it's
So
all good.
I had fun with you. I'm so glad you came up on my panel. It gave me a way of switching it because I was pissed the fuck off.
So
And
crazy.
I appreciate you so much. And I want you to have a wonderful day. And I want you to love on your family while they're in your city.
Thank you. I appreciate. Well, no, I'm going to the Big Apple.
Okay, so yes, you need to love on your family while you there. Get to see everybody who you ain't seen in years and just
Yes.
love on them.
That part. That part. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you and your channel and your guests and everybody. So thank you, and have a good one. Watermelon sugar, Miss Toussaint. That's it. Miss
All
Toussaint. She
right.
sounds like she's from. Is she Toussaint, like Toussaint L'Ouverture or something?
Yes, that Tucson.
Okay, another order. Okay, let's hear it
Well,
for the Levites and tell her I said sac passe.
well, you have a wonderful one.
Okay,
Bye
take
bye.
care, y'all.